So let's let price open up, volume imbalance here. As far as a 2-minute sense, say we don't even want to clear buy side, 2-minute fair value gap here. We actually got that 1 minute as well. Okay. We'll hold in this original one here. Notice that. So we do get that Judas swing. Now we're delivering into that sell side. Right, we left the buy side intact. So see if we want to interact with that later in the morning. We'll leave it here for now. Zoom, yeah, I could do that. I forgot to be doing that. If that's what you prefer. Which one is it? Cool. All right, if you have that Zoom link, it should be up right now, so. If you prefer it that way. So looking for that sell side delivery. I'd like to see if we hit that fair value gap prior to sell side. This is kind of when I would want this one to hold us. Into that low. The Judas swing would be the opening, yep. So 9:30 here. Honestly, I would consider it from 9:28 even, if we're being honest. So kind of an early Judas swing where 9:30 creates the actual aggressive move. But after running this low, right, like we mentioned, we had already ran this low prior to 9:30. Bring that back up. So we run out the low, entice early sellers maybe that are trying to right sell on a breakout or something here. And then at 9:28 is when we actually create the up move into the inefficiency, right, the false up move. 9:30 gives you one quick aggressive spike. And then you obviously see that rejection from there. So in my mind, right, if this was a Judas swing, we are bearish. This fair value gap here should hold us, especially because it's this bullish fair value gap as well. Right, the overlapping. We'll say we get back above this fair value gap, especially because we already cleared this low as well. We may just be chopping here for a little bit. But I like getting into the sell side here. Through the new day opening gap, and then if we want to kind of accelerate, potentially into just higher time frame inefficiencies, 15, maybe a lower 15 here. Cool. So there's that new day opening gap, looking for the sell side. What I would not want to see is, right, we can hesitate here, but we wouldn't want to see kind of an aggressive break or reversal anyways, I mean. Equal lows, so we've just tapped that low. I want to see a run through. I went short here on this fair value gap. My stop's going above the swing high right now. I went short at 41.88. 41.83 can get me out. I think we could run. We're gonna go ahead and let it run to see if we can't get into that 15 actually. So if I can, oh, come on, brother. I lied. God damn it. I didn't move my, I was too slow moving my stop loss. So we're out here. We're all upset. Take your own advice. Hey, be content with enough, right? Can't be upset. But I wanted to hold for that lower 15. We'll just show this quick. Right, so like we were saying, clear cut, bearish price action here. We hold the inefficiencies. We left buy side, that's fine, because we already picked up equal highs here, and now we're getting stopped at the inefficiencies. Aggressive break through a low, back underneath this original low as well, leaving the fair value gap. And we got high. Honestly, that was perfect. What's the high of this candle? So we missed it by half a tick. Half a tick of drawdown. Not bad. And you just saw us get out here at this low. I think the 15, or no, what was it? The 5? What was it looking at? I'm tripping now. Oh, we already got there. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine then. I wanted to hold for the low of this 15, which we actually did hit, so. Just missed the exit by a few ticks. Notice that. Look at that reaction right there. Wow. 4188 as well, my dog. You nice with it. Good stuff, good stuff. Like it. But damn. See, price was hella heavy. We could have held that for sure. See if we can get back in here. Gonna shut your soul. $8.35. Oh, that was nice, huh? Right there. Shit-wink. And that's what I mean. When you start realizing that in price, right, you could see how the bodies are holding that. It just gives you such a clear kind of understanding of what the objective is. Especially because, oh wait, let me change this quick. I always forget which one it is. So especially because, goodness, brother. Let's see if we can't. Hold up. That's big. Breakaway gap, maybe. Just trying to size up. I think we're going to keep running, honestly. For these lows here. But yeah, back to the thought, sorry. Right, candle bodies will tell you so much about just the direction of price. Especially because we already cleared yesterday's high. And then 3 drove into the high, creating the YouTube model. Right, if you were here at 8:30, this would have been beautiful right here. That original 1 minute as we break underneath 8:30. All right, can't get a cleaner YouTube model than this here. I kind of like something like this. What's the 2 minute looking like? Don't want to be chasing price, but if we're going to close underneath, only hesitation, we're hitting this 5 here. So because I'm using this 15 as kind of the fair value gap, right? We can't be, I guess, too aggressive. I'd like to see the 15 close underneath it first. Like, because we could wick into this one, right? Wick all the way back up into this fair value gap and still hold. Whereas if I'm going to use the 15 minute as my inversion level, I need that same candlestick to close. As we often say. 2, 1. 2 minute looks juicy though. Entry 87.25. That's where you have an entry, or that's where you entered 87.25. Right there. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Hell yeah. Everybody ate that quick little move. See? Let's go, fellas. Good shit. Hit him with a golf clap. Well done, well done, well done. Ideally, right, if we're looking for the 15 to close first, we have 5 minutes. So maybe bounce here for a little bit. Give me a few candles of consolidation. Create some lows. And then run this high as well. Then go down. If we're very heavy, right, we've already hit this inversion. We'll just bump and run it and break right now. Which if that's the case, we missed that opportunity. That's all right. That was the first trade on that those accounts that we picked up from last week. So that's nice. And right, with that one, I'm not really trying to go crazy. I think we'll stop, honestly, today. If I see a clear-cut one again, I'll take it. But really just trying to show we don't need to be making crazy amounts every day. If we're consistent with it. I am the giant. There's the tap right now. So it happened a little earlier than I would have liked, to be honest. This seems like a paper trade. Let's paper this one. I really think that volume imbalance potentially. And at that point, I wouldn't want to see consequent encroachment. 2.5 into those lows. We try something like that. So I really think the consequent encroachment itself will hold. But because the 15 hasn't closed, I want to see if it will give one more stab up higher. If we end up closing underneath the 15, I think I'll actually switch to just using the actual 15-minute fair value gap. Something like this potentially. But we have to wait a few minutes. Don't need home runs, just consistent. That's very true, my dog. Base hits all day. Like that was $300, right? That's probably the minimum that we'll get, I would say, on a day. 5 handles, which is 250. We'll say 175. So we'll just say 250. Even if you did 250 every day, spread that across multiple accounts. Hello. And then as you get more in the account, the percentage you're risking goes up. So then it snowballs and it's just, it's nice. It's nice. So the 15 will close in 1 minute. So not this candle, but the next candle. And then we shall see what we get. Singles add up. Shit. You ain't never lied, brother. So let's say that this 1 minute candle closes underneath the 15 here, okay? I would probably wait for a tap of this fair value gap and try to short that. Two and a half stop. So basically what this paper trade is, honestly. We'll leave it like this. This relies on now us running this high. My only hesitation is if this closes now, right, the 15-minute candlestick will close and we may now want to actually start expanding again. So let's see. Right, I would look for a tap of this 15 as a true inversion now. 15 is closed. See if we can't get back up into that low. So we run that high. See if we aggressively go, if it's just a tap. We're going to try one here, one more at this high that we just took. I wanted to get in right at the high of it, but which means we need to go here. Not an ideal stop. I'm gonna have to put the stop closer than I would like on the actual one. So we're already in. It's only one. I can go 2 handles actually. We can go 2.5. $81 entry, 83 exit, or 83 stop. So basically this here just got in half a tick lower. Does that mean why would I want to fit in with the industry that don't fit me? And with how I'm moving, I feel like we're either going to blast right through that stop or we should break these lows pretty aggressively. We're engineering a lot of liquidity. Those equal highs are not ideal, but we'll trust price. I want to see the actual, excuse me, geez, the volume imbalance, right? Because this is the volume imbalance we create where there's no movement. Usually we like to see this candle return up to the close, nothing. So I was hoping that our entry would have been as a candle wicked into that. Instead, we hit it perfectly. So now I'm a little just hesitant on if price will want to return up here into that. Dig deeper into the fair value gap. Ideally, we can hold this volume imbalance. That would give more information. Say this one stays open, especially if the down close candle can break this candle's low. If not, though, we might just keep compressing and then get an aggressive either stop out or low. Run through the low. The 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour is what? 180.25 is the low of it. So we're hitting, right? We've closed underneath the low. I'll show you on the hourly what I'm talking about. Right here. Oh. Pull that out. Right, so we just snap back into it. Go back to that 1 minute. This is the low of the hourly. 10 minutes for the hourly to close. If it can close, we like that level to send us lower. Look at those bodies. Look at all the PD arrays lining up here, to be honest. 1 minute. This original here. 5. Hourly. I'm not a fan of this price action, though. You guys know that about me. But we're gonna let this one rock. $81 to what? $76 is 5. I want this low though. But that might be a sus low. What's 5? So I mean, I guess if we run out this low, we'll partial. I'd rather go 5 handle partial, which would be half a tick underneath it. See, I don't like that. I don't like that price action at all. Like, we need to go. Okay, bearish volume imbalance. Let's go. We'll cut and risk, to be honest. If this volume imbalance gets closed in, nah, I'm not gonna go break even. We took a win this morning. If we get stopped, that's less than half of the profit, right? So I kind of built in myself that buffer. So we'll leave it. I'll put this stop to where my actual stop, this is basically the same exact entry I'm in here. I can't partial. That's the only thing that's tough. So I got to go break even right now. We'll follow suit here. I should have just closed, to be honest. I'm going to go stop and profit. I'm hoping that this 5 or this 15 can... I like those lows. I like those lows. Okay, okay. I'm there, I'm out. 41.75 and a quarter. I'm letting this one rock. We can close one more, actually. Like this. Boop. We don't need to reach crazy for that last one. But now, we leave one on to run for the low. Damn, I got a worse exit. Oh, okay. There we go, right? So we trust that. As long as price is showing signs of holding it, that's fine. It could be ugly where we have to wait, but that's how it be sometimes. Boom. Cool. So 2 for 2 this morning. We continue to Dumpski. Right, we just cleared this low and we've returned now into where I sold to midnight. Wait. I'm tripping. Don't listen to what I just said there. We're getting near the midnight. Damn, I don't know what I was doing. I should have held for that if I'm being honest. It's a blunder on my part. We're going to get in that midnight, no doubt. Here. That's fine, though. Oh, designed for sure. Hell yeah. It's designed for that, and it's designed for people that don't know how to really trade. Like, say people are thinking this is going to be like support or something, this bottom. Right? People just trying to go long in here. So it's also trying to entice the opposing sentiment in the marketplace. Right? People looking to go long, run right through them. Look at that precision, though. This is why we love price action. It's so precise. This would have been, I mean, we don't even get one ticket drawdown. That's crazy. But right, we expect this to be revisited, or I'm expecting this to be revisited because we didn't close the volume imbalance, right? That's kind of a huge tail for me. No wick right here, which technically we don't really get into it, but in my mind, it's going to be a magnet. So we see price tries to get up into it. NQ looks to go for previous day low. Let's see what NQ's at right now. 15. Yep. $14,302. I'm almost tempted to short from here, to be honest. This would not be a bad, because we didn't tap that midnight, which I would think we're gonna hit that. So this might just be a return up into a premium quick here. Because this now is the, let's not get lost, 5. So this is the 5 minute, right? Notice 5 minute has just closed. So now the 5 minute has become activated as a potential inversion. So that means that this 1 minute candle here is the first time we're coming into it. So we'll see what happens. The volume imbalance is not ideal, to be honest, though. Especially coming off of a inversion like that. But hitting consequent encroachment of the 5 minute inversion So now, whoa, hey, jeez. There we go. So if we can get, right, since we hit that consequent encroachment now, if we can overtake that volume imbalance, midnight should be good. We would look to see if price can get back underneath this fair value gap. Okay. Oh, right on it. I was like, if we closed one tick underneath it, I would have tried something like this. But because we didn't close underneath it, can't do it. Yeah, we'll have a stream tomorrow morning. FOMC, we probably won't take anything, but so at this point, I really am in no rush to go back in. 2 for 2 this morning. Good start on the account. So we got out here at the sell side. Inversion. We've hit the high now. So if we are going to break lower, I think it should be from here. Right? If we continue to kind of press higher, this fair value gap here has my attention again. So let's take the 1 minute away. This is the 1 hour fair value gap low now. The 15, that's what that is. Look for the 15. Oh yeah, closing above that. Last line of defense right here. Above this volume imbalance. I think we go right here. Volume imbalance to volume imbalance. Up into that, into the fair value gap here. Not per day, no, just per position. So because we went with statics, I can only have 2 contracts open max at a time. Which is kind of, I mean, not whack, but it's nice. Like I said, that's why I picked these up. Just to show, right? You don't need crazy amount of contracts. That you won't forget, baby. Yeah, it's not bad, honestly. Like, I think it's the best case scenario for someone that's trying to supplement, right, income for their life, I would say. Like, that's why I'm trying to point that out now. Show you don't need a crazy amount. Of course, we all want to be making, right, thousands and thousands and thousands a month. Eventually, you'll get there. But to start out, you don't need crazy amounts. As Michael often said, if you even made enough to pay off one substantial, what's your most expensive bill, right? Your rent, you would not be complaining. If you could make $1,500 a month just from trading, right? Extra, I think y'all would be okay with that. Or your car, say it doesn't even have to be that much. Say you make enough to pay if you have a car or something. That's what it's about. Boom. So look at that. That last line of defense holds beautifully, right? And we're saying that because the 5 minute has not been breached with bodies. So we can mohawk higher into premiums, but this is the only premium above the fair value gap that I would trust, right? There's nothing really in here until these highs. So if we're going to hold, it had to be from here, like we said on that 5 minute, right? We're not trying to see candle bodies up above that. 5 minute actually doesn't even close above consequent encroachment. So we should run bearish, honestly. Notice where this volume imbalance returns into consequent encroachment of the bearish. Midnight still in play. What's that? Ah, it's too small. We'll just taper it into midnight. I like this volume imbalance here though. Volume imbalance slash fair value gap, right? One and the same kind of. If we get above that, we could wick obviously through the volume imbalance, but I would want to see bodies above this. Okay, so we could wick into the fair value gap. I'm going to move this for now. We can wick into this fair value gap, but I wouldn't want to see bodies closing above the actual volume imbalance. That makes sense. Elite trader funding allows a certain amount of contracts per account size. So you can only trade, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, nothing like that. And like the other accounts I have, the 150K account, I think has 30 contracts max, 20, which I'm like, I'm not doing all that. That's wild, but it's just the statics that have the tiny. Like I think the 100K normal ones have like a 14 contract max size as well. Let's get lost tonight. So let's say we are bearish. Honestly, this would be in favor for us if we didn't even get back into that volume imbalance. That would signify that price is pretty heavy. We want to take that low. But we can take... That's super tight. What's like this here? Let's taper something like this here. Still a 1 to 2, but it's only 4 handle, so we have to have a super baby stop. Tapped in there. Can only make me stronger. For sure, fellas. Yep. Oh, 2 for 3. You took another one, Brisky. That's all right. Hey, but take care, Jay. And that's how it should be, honestly. Get your work done and fucking bounce, fellas. Go do something y'all enjoy. Or do some other work. Whatever it is. We'll hang out because I ain't doing shit. But as far as the trading, the account will be good. We did 544 today, okay? So let's just think about that. 544 bucks. Spread that over 3 accounts. 1,500. And for minimal stress, right? We didn't even catch the whole move of the range, right? We caught 2 little sell-offs from here and from up here. Didn't even capture all of this. And look at that, right? This entry would have panned out beautifully. Bink. To the tick, to the tick. Lows have been cleared now. What was your third trade, Brisket? Oh, I guess you don't have to share that. Never mind. Take it back. Oh. Third trade today, 2. You take that volume imbalance. 2 minute is money. Cheat code, honestly. Because, oh, okay, good. Yeah, that 2 minutes lit. That shit is clean right there. That's what I'm saying, right? A quick little. So you don't always have to aim for 5 handles. Like in that scenario, if we're gonna aim for less, well, that just means our stop needs to be tighter. But fortunately, right, we kind of have that precision to where we allow for that. My dog be eating. 41.75. Oh, okay. Probably here, I'm guessing then. This original volume imbalance, no? If I had to guess. Ah, haha, see? Easy reads. Obviously hindsight, but here's the thing, right? I wouldn't have tried to go short here because we had already delivered into the low. If that helps at all. As we often say, until we get to our target, we're fine using premiums. But delivering into that target, now I need to wait and give more price action. But that's all right. Happens. 2 for 3 is still fire. So now, here's where we can get interesting. Because I'm not convinced. We have tapped this, right? We wanted midnight. But look, I mean, that's perfect. So maybe that's all we needed, actually. I was going to say, we might dig one more time. This fair value gap here should give us that indication. If we get back above it. Short-term low cleared. Market structure shift. YouTube model forming. Might potentially use a fair value gap. Especially because, notice here, okay? We close right on consequent encroachment. Volume imbalance. Negated. If a fair value gap forms here. Low, high, lower, low. Needs to be broken first. Okay, so we're kind of anticipating. Say it gets broken. Say we can leave a fair value gap. I like the idea of using that. Because now we'll have the breaker. We'll have this 5 minute. We'll have the negated volume imbalance. Right? A lot of PD arrays lining up. That's what we'd like to see right there. He said I got cocky. That's all right, brother. So best case scenario, we leave a fair value gap here. I kind of want to try a long. We're going to do a long right now with 2. Just paper in it. Underneath the fair value gap here. Back into new day opening gap. That's a crazy entry. What? See, I was trying to go on this. That's all right. But honestly, we would like to see a fair value gap get formed here. If a fair value gap gets formed here and we trade into it again, I'll add again. Oh, don't like that. That's all right. Trust. As we trade into that, we're actually going to go underneath the candle that creates it. So we would want this to become a breakaway. We'd look to add here again, just by 2. Same stop. Short-term low cleared. Market structure shift, fair value gap. Off of a discount, midnight open, off of a liquidity level. Relative equal lows. Left behind an inefficiency. So once we clear these, we have an inefficiency to return into. Left equal highs as well. Right, I'm just kind of walking through what I think in my mind as I'm trading. All of this is kind of what is going through my head, right? So we've cleared these highs now, which to me means we can hesitate here. Ideally, we pump, close above. That's ideal. We're going to remove the buy limit. We're going to trim the stop. We're going to blast through our take profit. Okay. That's fine. Boom. Yeah, prices, see, these are the days we like right here. Easy reads, obvious intentions, dubs. Dubs only today, actually. And see, we're not in a rush to try to get back in once our targets are hit. We wait for an obvious either reversal, like it was here, or sometimes, right, we'll get obvious continuation patterns. This was the breaker entry, right, volume imbalance entry. So for this one, I'm using the YouTube framework, short-term low cleared, market structure shift. You don't have to wait for the fair value gap as we did not, right? And that's because we have other PD arrays. If the fair value gap is your end all be all, that's fine. Don't let me tell you how to trade. But there's times where a fair value gap's not going to be revisited like we saw, right? So instead we use the other PD arrays that we have available. The volume imbalance, it holds us. So closing above it, it's going to become support. Inversion 5-minute fair value gap, right? It holds us initially. PD arrays that hold us on the way down, if we get above them, will act as support. So we have that as well. What else do we have? We already pointed it out. Low, high, lower low, breaker. Aligned perfectly with volume imbalance. Right, so we have all these other PD arrays forming. We don't even need to wait for the fair value gap to enter. Especially coming off of now sell side liquidity. Right, you see how we're adding all of this now into one nice little picture that gives us basically the bias. All right, Brisk, take care, brother. Have a good day. I'm like, shit, we should wrap it up. Let's wait. Now, hold up. Like we said, they left what? Buy side here. If you went short this morning, you didn't take partials, you didn't take profits, you feel safe? Not at all. I say we squeeze the original fair value gap that we entered on. We close above. As we said down here, if we really are in bullish order flow. Ooh, pause. We did not close above. So take that back. It's still good to know though, right? Because we did not close above here. So it doesn't become support yet. If we can close above it, then we look for it to be support. I'm so bored, just need trades, he said. Take the ones right now. If we get above this and close above it, buy right here. 1 micro. Targeting buy side, little baby trade. I guess that's fair then, yeah, true. You still have to wait days. Dropping all day. What's Apex? 10 days or something like that? 12 days? 7 days. Oh, 7 days, okay. Oh, I think it was 12 days I took to pass the thing. 7 days, okay. Like I like that, low key. This is gonna be crazy aggressive entry. Let's try it. One to one to end it. Apex is set. Okay. Yo, Brisket, you be cracking me up. You're like me. This man says bye 5 times and comes back. No hate, I just like it. Can't get enough, I guess. Nah, that's not ideal. Do we partial? Nah. Paper trade, we let it rock. My stop's under the new day opening gap. That's what this level is. Look at me. Find a way. See, that's not what we like to see right there. Clearing the high, but closing in the range. We want to get out of this range here. Need to close above this high. Settle down, fall. Cut risk in half. Closing above the high now. No partials, right? We'll just full pull it, but we'll cut risk still. Big stretch. Hitting the original fair value gap. Here as well. So it looks like last premium holding. This needs to hold us, so we're out. Flirting with it. Flirting with it. What the hell? So because we have this, we just created a bearish, our stop can go right under that low. Because now if we're going to hold from here, and we can actually watch, we'll partial out. So we close one in profit, but because we have an opposing PDA right now that we may want to use, right? So we get a tighter stop, we get a partial out. So at this point, risk is minimal, with still a decent upside. 5 handles if we want to get up here. But if not, we keep those losses small. What I may do, say we get above this, we may actually try to add back that contract we took off. Honestly, if paper trading allowed, this is the position I'd be like hedging, to be honest. Take 2 positions. I've done that before. Take a short at the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, small stop loss with the long. We're still holding consequent encroachment here, but notice which one will prevail. Like, right, this is why it'd be nice to kind of be able to see tiny time frames. Maybe I'll get the second chart again. Because in here, you'll be able to see, like, we'd be consolidating between PD arrays, creating lows, maybe even seek and destroy of some sort. Hey, and then we get stopped. Perfect equal low. It didn't even take our stop though. Hold up. We're getting played. It just rips now. Makes sense. What the heck? Candle. So we get underneath. At this point, we're chilling. Back to chilling. We do have, let's go to like higher time frames. So we have this whole 5 minute here with that new day opening gap. I kind of like that, to be honest. This outside. Yeah, see if we can't get some type of setup off this new day opening gap here. I'm about to change the. There we go. Let's see what we get from new day opening gap.
Hey, Justin. Hey, Justin, don't, bro.
Oh, look, that's the reaction. Wow. To the tick. To the tick is chef's kiss, huh? I'll bet D-Dub. Take care, brother. Have a good day. Catch you tomorrow morning. Let's see what this is. I was going to say, if they lined up perfectly. I don't know if this little fair value gap has any significance right here. Would have liked to see this candle close above the fair value gap. And I would have tried to actually go in here if that would have happened. Since we didn't though, and then we opened with that volume imbalance. Not trusting it, right? And we see we break right through that. So fortunately able to use fair value gaps candle bodies to give us that little picture. Bless you, sir. More of a cough, I guess. We now have a 15-minute fair value gap actually here, which may be the objective, to be honest. Right, it's perfectly aligned with the daily open. So I could actually see price wanting to return into that level here. Oh. So this is at 15 here. Let's see. Breaking back underneath that 15. Might be a wick. I want to see what happens with this volume imbalance right here. If we leave this 15 with a... We may actually want to go lower back again. Into this original setup here. Oh, there's that break. 2 minute. Right, we're underneath that 15. We're underneath the 2 minute. Yeah, we're going to come back into this one. Probably a volume imbalance entry here. My guess is after tapping that close, we're going to run right into it. Yeah. You know, that's kind of the typical reaction we expect from volume imbalances like that. Just tap that close quick, hit whatever we're reaching for, that inefficiency. Now I'm interested to see though, because realistically, right, this is the first time we're visiting this setup here. Still have the 5 minute, 2 minute as well. So just like we held at the premium up here, we could actually hold down at this discount. Through the discount though, midnight may be the target again. Immediate rebalance here, watch that, see what occurs. We've immediately rebalanced this candle while leaving a volume imbalance. Damn, brother. My hands be hella cold now. We got our first snowfall. Brother, I was hurt. Can't wait to move. Okay. So let's see what could kind of occur to constitute me looking for longs again. Ideally, this candle should have ran this low. Because we have equal lows, if we can run the equal lows and then create a little break of structure, I'd like that. But that volume imbalance being, what is that? We open with a volume imbalance. And this is one where we don't even have one movement of, right, one tick of movement to the downside. So that looks rather bullish if we're being honest. What's that 2 minute looking like? Can't get trapped by equal lows, right? Just like they occurred up here when we went short, it could happen here as well. Again, volume imbalance, not one tick of downward movement. So on price alone, I would say it looks rather bullish. Right, we hit that original setup, we hit the breaker block, YouTube model. We're gonna actually see what, move this. So NQ ran the low, okay. So we may actually be able to use a potential form of SMT here. And give this one more chance to run out buy side before we wrap up the stream. Let's say that we use this here. Like this. Into buy side. I want to wait and see if a fair value gap gets actually formed here. Because if so, then we'll try to use this one with the intent that we're creating a fair or a breakaway gap here. So we'll try that out. And now, right, I want to use this one because we go back to back negated bearish volume imbalances, both with no downwards wick. So as I kind of look into that, I would think that if we are extremely bullish, price will actually not want to revisit this fair value gap because we didn't even make an attempt to go lower after creating the volume imbalance. At the same time, that may also mean we might just run straight for this high and not give anyone really a chance to enter. Which that's starting to look more like the scenario, actually. Oh, damn, yo, all right. Ooh, this one here probably. Premium that held us, sent us lower, get above it. More likely than not, support now into buy side. At least that's what I'd like to see. Doesn't have to happen. Notice what we use though. That baby ass fair value gap is what we hit. Buy side here now. And here. Honestly, if we can get back in here, I still would like that to hold. Because now we have relative equal highs here again. Notice all these highs. Equal highs. We created a failure swing. Created now equal highs underneath the relative equal high of the equal highs. And another high right there. So at some point, I still feel we got to take out buy side here eventually. Getting a little late into the session for me. Maybe that 10:50 to 11:10 window will get something. Hitting a 2-minute fair value gap. Not yet, actually. The 2-minute fair value gap starts right under these equal lows. I'll just show you. Right here. And it has the same kind of signature that we're looking for. So the volume imbalance, no downward wick, blasting through new day opening gap. So in a 2-minute sense, right, this one should hold. Try to stay alive and just. Just tap that 2-minute. I'm also looking at this 2-minute too. Right, they're kind of aligned with one another. This one here. Wow, that was too slow. Try one more. If we get stopped here, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But all right, I'm trying to use that 2-minute tap followed by the volume imbalance entry, stop loss under the candle that goes into the fair value gap, expecting expansion after running out the equal lows. So that's the play there. Wanted to get in right at the volume imbalance, low, too slow for it. I guess it's only half a tick, but y'all get the premise. We need to get through both buy sides though to get out. I guess let's see. 5 would be right here. Ideally, we would have added here, stacked here. Because now, right, we may actually reverse. With how price has been delivering, we've just hit this buy side. Say we want to kind of be fickle, high resistance, liquidity runs. We may now start reversing. I ideally would like to see this candle close above the high. The next 2 or 3 candles continue to push up and through now these equal highs here. Closing right on the high is okay. Better than wicking and reversing. Need to see continued expansion, however. This level here is yesterday's daily high, which I kind of want to hold for that, if we're being honest. Because there's an inefficiency. Okay, look. There's a 5-minute fair value gap right here. Like this. So we'll actually aim for that. Leave a run around. We're going to close one at that buy side, actually. No. We'll run into that. We got played right there. Look at that. Twice. All right, we're not greedy. We'll go round number. Oh, this kills me. See, this is where price be getting on your nerves. Like, bruh. There we go. We're out. Hit it. All right. Comedy. Well, there we go. So we get the 5 we're looking for. Now we're just going to leave that straggler on for the... I can't move this down. We'll go like this. We'll aim for just yesterday's high. We have now partialed out at buy side. Buy side here as well. Partialed. Two-minute held this nicely. 1 minute really was the money maker. Look at that reaction there. Boom. We out. So we're able to get in long at the volume imbalance, our classic volume imbalance entry. Finally right it up into that buy side we were looking for. I mean, we get out on the swing high. That's beautiful. And then we get stopped in profit there. So right, we're closing a majority. This was our main target, the buy side. Close a majority there. This was just for right if price wanted to continue to pump. But take the lion's share off at the buy side. And at that point, we are content with the day. So overall, right, not a bad morning, not a bad day at all. Actually, a great day, we'll say. Original entries coming off of fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap inversion. Right, we ride that into our sell side. We then wait for the reversal, breaker block, low, high, lower, low, getting broken. Right, so we'll point out all of the PD arrays in here. We're breaking that. We didn't create a fair value gap, but we had a volume imbalance. 2. On the 5-minute, remember, we had the inversion. Inversion we're using. So all of these PD arrays in here lining up that allow us to get long before the fair value gap. Running up into this new day opening gap here. Fell short. Tried to get into buy side initially, but then we were able to capture it here. So yeah, overall nice day. Monday and Tuesday are often the clean delivering days during NFP, and we are able to take advantage of that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out this morning. We will, or I guess I'll give a little outlook, right? If you're going to continue to kind of look for price to deliver above the 5-minute, right? I think we go for standard deviations. This level here is the daily volume imbalance. Remember that. So we could probably still revisit that. I think we start targeting buy side. I don't really see us moving for sell side unless we are able to, let's see. Honestly, we'd have to get underneath this fair value gap here on the 5-minute chart. And then I'd be okay looking for lows. But that new day opening gap could still hold us. And we haven't tapped that fair value gap yet. So even if we get into there, I think we could still find support. Nice. But yeah, we'll leave you guys with that. Tomorrow's stream will take place. Let me check the calendar. Jolts at 8. So we got high impact news at 10 tomorrow. So we'll get on just before that. 9:55 Eastern will be tomorrow's stream time. So until then, have a good day, everybody. And we will talk tomorrow morning. Take care.